Fuck the diamonds.
Jewels
I
and
just need some
gems.
bands in my pocket. Used to sell weed, I had to stop it. Niggas hella grimy, so a nigga stay with that rocket. If a nigga try me, gotta pop him in the OGs behind me.
Caleb and
Niggas
Joshua.
drop 'em. I'm the hood favorite hot topic, young nigga tryna make it. Been through hella shit and it didn't break me. I'ma stand on all 10 till God take me out. And lost a couple soldiers. Buried hella niggas, I can't hold you. Even lost my dudes to shot could hold you. I remember when I told you, mama, we gon' make it, don't worry. Next day you was gone by 2:30. At first I was mad, like mama, how could you leave me? Made me wanna call you and tell you you gotta see me. Told me never trip on a hater, they wanna beat me. Always told me, Tone, you gon' be a star, but you could see me.
Yeah, we are back. We are live with the Jewels and Gems podcast with Caleb and Joshua. Joshua and Caleb. How you doing today, Caleb?
Bless. How you feeling on this
Man, I am too blessed to be stressed. Man, I'm excited to, chill with you as usual. But man, we got a special guest in the house. Shout out to the family. Jason Rios up in here. What's happening, man? We appreciate you coming and chilling with us today, my man.
I gotta come through.
Man,
I gotta come represent for the fam.
That's what's up, man. You know what it is. We know what it is. But as we like to start every podcast episode, we start with the verse of the day.
Okay.
All right. So today's verse is Peter 5:10, and it says, "In His kindness, God called you to share in His eternal glory by means of Christ Jesus. So after you have suffered a little while, He will restore, support, and strengthen you, and place you on a firm foundation."
Preach.
Man,
Preach.
you've heard me. I gotta say that
That's
again.
church on
I
the
gotta
move.
say it one more
Church on the
time
move.
because
Church.
every time we do this, it grabs everybody different. So I gotta say it one more time. In His kindness, God called you to share His eternal glory by means of Jesus Christ. So after you have suffered just a little bit, He will restore you, support, and strengthen you, and place you on a firm foundation. You know what I'm saying? Holler if you hear me. And we like to ask our guests, because everybody kind of gets scriptures.
Suffer a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's a little compared to what he went through.
Man! Holler if you hear me. Man!
Yeah. That's
You know what I mean?
That's deep.
Man. So how it got to me, it's like, he's no matter what we go through, we got to go through some trials and tribulations in life. Yeah. Accept them. And if your faith is strong, your foundation is going to be even stronger.
Exactly.
Right? That's what I got out of it. That's what I really got out of it.
Yeah.
And what about you?
I think it's just like, it's kind of telling you like we all gonna go through something, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's letting you know there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
What is life with no struggle? What's your comparison? What's your measuring stick? You know what I mean? Like if you don't go through struggle, how do you enjoy the greatness? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's just normal. Like, oh, this is just life.
Yeah.
But when you come out of some stuff.
Yeah.
Like, woo-wee, this is great.
Yeah. For real. And
it's good.
Man, that's
and you
for real.
appreciate things a lot more. You know what I mean? Like when you've gone through your trials and tribulations and you've had your situations and you make it out of them, you can look back on your situation and be thankful, and that's when you say, thank God.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank God I made it to this situation.
For real. Because sometimes we have to go through it in a real way to, just like you said, to appreciate it. Just, just like, man, even though we're going through some hard shit, you be like, man, it could be worse.
It could be. Let me tell you.
Hey, I've been there.
Let me tell you.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, we like to start every episode with that. Just how our conversation is, and everybody has kind of a different way to
perspective on
a different perspective on it. Exactly.
That's what my teacher said. She said, life is all about perspectives. And it's true. We all got different perspective on everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
You may change your perspective on something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you may look at a situation, or you can read a verse out of the Bible 2 years ago, read that same verse 2 years later, be like, oh, that hit different today.
Yeah.
hey,
for real.
Hey, no. For real, that's exactly what I said like 20 episodes ago. I was just like, I might read a verse like this verse. I might hear this today, and it just might come back 2 years later, and I'm like, oh, Now
Yeah.
I really know. Like, okay,
I've experienced it. I've experienced it.
Hey, retweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the bottom line is just about keeping your faith strong throughout any struggle, right?
Yeah.
I already know. I'm already laughing. Man, we gotta. Hey, let them know your tag where they can find you. It's just off the back on Instagram.
Witness my evolution. Witness _ my _ evolution. Yeah.
Man, tell them it's the little squiggly thing in case niggas don't know what an underscore
Yeah,
is.
a little line at the bottom of the letters. 2 of those things.
Yeah.
Now, hey, what made you come up with that name? Like, what? Yeah.
Witness my evolution. It was because I basically was witnessing my own evolution. You know what I mean? Like, I noticed the change that I was going through. Like, I came up how I came up or whatever, and I started noticing that I was seeing things differently and behaving differently and reacting to situations differently. And I was like, oh, shit. I think I'm fucking growing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, that's
like
a
I'm
little
growing as a person. You have this thought that you've been raised a certain way or doing a certain thing a certain way that you were taught or this is what the situation gave you. But life changes, dude. Like, and when you start going through life and life experiences, you start seeing a lot of things that were in the past are bullshit. Yeah. And I was like, I don't have anything to prove to anybody. I want to grow to be the best person that I can be. And when I started noticing that, life just got great.
Yeah, man. Not to cut you off because I want you to continue, but I wanted to stop you and tell you why I truly wanted to have you on the podcast, because how you share your life. Man, I look forward to seeing what you're gonna post, because you make having a family and doing the right thing fun. It make it look fun, like, and hopefully awesome. We can have more young brothers like you doing that, man. And that's why I really wanted to bring you on. So not only
thank you.
Oh man, it's my pleasure, because the world should know this. A lot of niggas should see what you're doing to know, like, man, what you're doing. Like, these niggas got kids at home and doing bullshit when they should be really devoting that time into their kids.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So we're gonna get into that. I just want to jump right into it.
Yeah. No, because I just want to. It's so much that gets put on the back burner that needs to be put in the front page.
Yes.
Love, women, doing your woman, like just all this stuff like that. We kind of play it out like doing, but as soon as I left that, things just started opening. Like just like you don't stress about BS. It's just like you know what you got when you walk in the door. Like when you at work, you ready to get home. Like, cause I know what's waiting for me.
Exactly. So let me start. I got a question. You said
go ahead.
Well, we ask every guest we start with, because our podcast is like father, like son, like you see on the screen. And fumble. Hey,
little party foul.
It's all good.
Yeah.
But we asked our guests, like, how was your relationship coming up with your pops?
So, like, to just get all the way real, because I don't sugarcoat or play with anything.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like,
man.
So me and my pops' relationship has always been good. We've always been loving, and he's always been a provider.
Yeah, shout out to Bill.
Bill's the man. But like,
I love Bill, man.
After the sixth grade, my dad was in my life every day. Every day in my life, supporting me in the things that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Making me do the things he wanted me to do. You know what I mean? Like, and no father is perfect, but I wouldn't trade him for the world.
Straight up.
You know what I mean? Because my father is the reason why I am the way I am. His strengths, his weaknesses, being able to see his weaknesses and work on those and turn those weaknesses into strengths, and having his strengths and being like, oh shit, I'm dope because of this.
Yeah.
Because of this dude.
Yeah, straight up.
Like, people be like, you sound just like your dad.
Like, man, I hear it all the time. Definitely.
Oh my God.
I feel like you sound just like your dad, or this and that. And it's like, I take pride in that, you know what I mean? Because that's my pops, and I'll die for him, But he showed me what it was to be a father and to be there. And that's the main thing that I took, was be there for your children, no matter what. And there is no excuse not to be there.
Yeah.
Because he went through a lot of shit, and he was still there.
Straight
made the effort to be there where he didn't have to. You know.
Yeah, that almost falls back on our verse of the day, but you know, he laid that foundation.
Yeah.
He laid that foundation.
There it is.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the foundation, and when the foundation is strong like that, and you build upon the foundation he set, and you build on that, I'm setting my children up for a stronger foundation. And they keep building on it to where we just unstoppable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yes. And then you
know
sit back
I
and watch
things,
him work. Like,
and I have things that I need to work on. I have things as a father. Like, I have 3. I have 16, 10, and 6. And from 16 to 10, I got better. And from 10 to 6, I got better.
Yes.
Because nothing do you start out great at. You don't start... Yeah. And it was a lot of stuff I needed to work on.
Yeah, you know, hey, this is my first, like, from 21 and then down, you know what I mean? It's the trickle-down theory, and we learn as we go.
We learn as we go. And sorry, JJ, it was a learning process.
Yeah. Hey, Caleb can say he took that and learn from it. And you know, and he's really, I'm sure I know JJ is a good role model for his brothers and sisters.
Man. Oh, man.
You know what I mean?
He's such a dope kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shout out.
Shout out JJ.
Shout out JJ.
My God.
Yeah.
My God.
You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy when they say 16.
Yeah, 16.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, stop growing. But
yeah, I got a 15.
He'll be 16 in April, so.
Oh yeah,
he's 16
15.
Yeah, and we're gonna get into that because while we here, but I wanted to get into. Go ahead. Did I stop you again?
No, go ahead.
I wanted to get into Corso talk. Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Because I just want to thank you for putting me onto this breed.
Oh man, you're
because
welcome.
And this is besides Witness My Evolution, you're also the owner of Peacekeeper Connie Corso.
Yeah.
Where can they find that at? Find that at?
Instagram. It's like Peacekeeper King Corsos. I don't even know. Like it's like
Peacekeeper King Corso. Spell that shit all the way.
Man,
it's gonna pop up. You'll see.
Before we get into it, I want to know, how did you get? Who put you onto the breed?
God. That's like no joke, no nothing. Cause the reason why I was looking for a dog is because of protection. Leaving the house early, wanted something there for the family to bring in the house.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you leave the house early and you like circle the block again. Like, let's just make sure mothers ain't out here scheming. And I didn't like that feeling of being at work. So I was like, I need to get me a dog. And so I was looking. I was like, Borbles, these Mastiffs, Kangals, all kinds, just all bullies and this. But it led me to Dogo Argentinas, Presso Canarios, like everything. But it brought me to King Corsos. And Bloodline Corso, Darian, shot him out. He hooked me up. Got my first girl through Darian Bloodline. And,
that's the name of the
of Egypt's, where I got Egypt from. Bloodline. Mom. Yeah. And when I say I didn't know, like I've read, you can read all you want to read, but when I got that dog, from the day I got her, impressed me every day.
Yeah, I feel the same way about Electra.
Every day she did, I was like, and it wasn't because I'm a bomb trainer or I'm doing these things, or she just came with a package.
Yeah.
I was like, she came.
I gotta keep giving her a round of applause because, man,
she came with a kit, and I tell this to everybody. Like, I never wanted a huge King Corso. I wanted King Corsos that were mid-size, athletic, that could do what I needed to do, hiking and being active.
Yeah. And
so she was the perfect dog for me, and my family loves her. She's in the house, smart, and I tell everybody, if you want a good dog, and this is not just because I want you to buy one of my dogs, and you ain't gotta get one, but get you a King Corso.
Yeah, I mean,
Connie Corso, King Corso, for all y'all out there that's like really picking apart. But get you an Italian Mastiff.
An Italian Mastiff.
There you go.
Shout out, man. Because, I mean, and he put me on, and I swear I've had a lot of dogs. And I don't like to, because I still have a lot of dogs. I have 4 dogs, and I don't like to take no favors. Hey, I'm sorry. You know, it's like your kids. You know, you love all of them. But my dog's a little different. I love me some Electra. I love you too, buddy.
But Electric got the title.
Electric got the title. I love Mary and Joyce too. But Lecky.
But the thing is, they have a purpose. That dog has a purpose. And
Man.
this dog, I don't have this dog to just feed and just look cute and do this. Like, that dog actually serves a purpose. That dog has a job, and I didn't even have to teach it his job. It came trained, ready. to go. And
man, that dog jumping in front of all the kids. All my kids, we on the street, we going for walks. If another dog comes out, boom, she jumps in front of the kids.
Man,
right in front.
I got a story time about Leck.
All right,
Really?
give it to me.
So I'm walking right. I'm on the phone with the school.
Mm.
You know, I'm talking to the school. The lady at the school talking to me like, "You got this, that?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then another dog is on the loose, and I got my dog,
Yeah.
and I'm walking in fucking Crocs.
Oh, shit.
And you know about person.
Yeah.
They're big,
Strong
They're
as shit.
strong
They don't know.
as
They
fuck.
don't know their own strength.
No.
Zero. They have no idea how strong they are because they want to jump on you. They're like Labradors mentally, but physically bigger than pit bulls.
Baby bears.
Big dogs.
Yeah.
Baby bears.
Like,
Little
big.
cougars or lions or some shit like that.
They're fucking strong. Put it
Yeah.
this, right? So then I'm talking to the girl at school. I'm like, hey, like, hold for me for like two minutes, you know? And then this old lady, she got her dog, and she's just walking after the dog. And she's telling me, I don't know about your dog, but my dog doesn't bite. I'm just like, shut the fuck up and get your dog.
Yeah, just get your
I'm like,
fucking
what
dog.
are you talking about? You feel me? You know? What are you talking about? I wasn't trying to be... Hold on.
Oh, we having
Hold on.
technical difficulties?
Hold on. I wasn't trying to be rude, you know? But, like, dude, I'm on the phone at school.
Yeah.
Like, just get your dog.
Yeah.
And you're fucking walking.
Yeah.
Go run.
People
please.
automatically think
You
you,
know?
want their dog in your life. I don't want your dog in my life.
Especially not in my
I don't
dog's
want no
life.
fucking
I
play dates.
was afraid. I was
Sorry,
afraid that
bro.
Alexa was gonna bite
Sometimes
the
I get
dog.
passionate about
You
my
know,
dog. I
but
don't want no
she
play dates
didn't bite
and
the
shit.
dog, and I like that. She stood her ground. She just made sure she was in front of
Yeah.
me, but she didn't bite the dog.
She was on guard.
She was on guard.
Like, and it wasn't necessary. That's the other thing. They can. I don't want to sound crazy, but they can read a room.
Man,
They
quick.
can read a room and be like, "All right, it's cool. I could chill." Or if they feel they on alert, they watching. If somebody do something, they own it. It's like.
Do you have a crazy story time where you know something crazy happened with your king?
Nothing crazy has happened. It's just like, cause I know what it's like to have a big dog. You know what I mean? Like, but we get kind of lackadaisical because we have big dogs. They're not that big to us because we see them every day. And so I see this is my regular dog. My wife is just our regular dog. But other people see you walking your dog, they're like,
Yeah.
like, hey, what?
What are you feeding that thing? What are you feeding?
So they're automatically on alert, and it's like, oh, you get reminded, like, oh, okay, all right, yeah. Let me go across the street, even though I know they're not going to do anything. But you have to be aware of the people that are like, oh, let me just come, because they're not ready. They don't want to be pet. Like, they just kind of like, I'm actually working. I'm a security guard right now. Like,
I'm on duty.
I'm on duty.
I'm
I don't
on
wanna
duty.
Be, and they don't be tripping, but what if they did? People act worse than dogs.
Absolutely.
People act worse than dogs. Dogs have better training than people. And so you got to kind of, you see them coming, their eyes get big, like just chill out. So that's the thing, is just like people just want to hug your dog and you don't.
You gotta relax.
They're intimidated.
You really gotta relax because
They're intimidated.
they can take it there.
Yeah.
Quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They definitely get intimidated. But I just wanted to for people to know they see our dog and they want to know where she came from. Hey, Jason here put us down with the family business. And
Egypt might be dropping soon. I might get.
Oh, and you might have
I might
something?
plug her. She might get plugged.
But you might have another litter coming?
Yeah. She's in her first 10 days of it right now, so I'm might find me a stud.
Oh, okay. You're gonna look outside the outside.
Yeah, a different bloodline, different look.
Yeah. Hey, you know, I know you. Hey, I know you're doing your research, and I know
I love it.
I know you got good things in mind. You know, got good things going on.
So Electra's 1 of 25. No more. That's it.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, that's the last of that. 1 of 25.
Man. And I see all our brothers and sisters online, man. Shout out to all our brothers and sisters, because we want to give them a round of applause. I'm doing that a lot today, and we want to give them a shout out. Also, we're gonna take a quick little break because I want to shout out the homie real fast.
Black sheep, black sheep, black sheep, black sheep.
Shout out. You know. If you know, you know. Shout out to the Black Sheep listeners. Shout out to the Black Sheep listeners. You know what I'm saying? Fire up. All right. Hey, while we're at it and we're taking a break, we want to make a quick announcement to our listeners. Shout out to the Rams for winning the Super Bowl.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying?
House.
Shout out to the Rams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
LA all day, every day. So what we have for one of our lucky listeners is a sign. This is who's this sign by?
This is a signed Tyler Higbee helmet, mini helmet to be specific.
Yeah.
You know, the Rams did win the Super Bowl. He was a starting tight end. And with that being said, this is a good time to announce it because we also have a season ticket holder
In the house.
right across the
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now tell me how you enjoyed the season, man.
Oh man, the season is just an automatic 8 dates already lined up.
Okay.
You know, 9 dates, 10 dates, because the preseason already scheduled, lined up. You know, whoever you're going with doing, it's a great experience. If you haven't been to SoFi to experience a game, go to SoFi, experience something there. It's a beautiful stadium, beautiful city of Inglewood, city of champions. The Rams brought back the championship to the city of champions.
Hey, city of LA.
You know
Man,
what I'm
that's
saying?
what's up. To the city of LA. That's what's up. Mel, since we on the topic, we're going to get right into the topic today, ladies and gentlemen. Because every time we like to bring you guys some jewels and gems. Am I right, Caleb?
Yep.
Every time. So I had to bring my hood cousin from the hood. Now, you know, if it's not the hood meaning like that, 'cause, you know what I mean? It's just some hood shit. You ain't got to be from a hood to be hood. I'm just saying. And and when it comes to the hood, we talking about fatherhood.
There it is.
Nigga. And I'm sorry to say that because, hey, beginning of the episode, I'm praying. You might see me cursing in there a little bit, but that's passion.
This is what real life look like.
That's what real life look like.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you know what? God is always number one. And I have not seen in the Bible one time when he say don't curse. He say don't curse people. I'm not cursing nobody when I'm saying a word that may other people feel that it's a curse word. I don't even feel that I should explain myself.
Because you know what? It's a term of endearment.
It is.
It's not a curse word.
And it's passionate. But this episode is about fatherhood. And it's about father and capital OOD. Because what I mean by that, Jason, is like, us as fathers, our kids could never, ever even dream of being as hood as we I'm not saying as we are or as we have been. Man, we grew up in,
and we don't want them to.
We don't want them to. Not even nowhere near.
Nowhere near that.
But you know, if they ever try to get a little
I'll line their ass up real quick.
A little hood like you couldn't even dream.
Oh, you want to see hood? Let's go. I'll show you. Let's go real quick.
You couldn't even dream. Couldn't even fathom it.
Couldn't even fathom it.
And you know, like I was saying earlier, I really like how you express and share your life with everybody, you know what I mean? And always are with your kids and with your wife and always bigging up your wife. Yeah. Because that's what we do as men, man. We ain't tearing our wives down because they're our queens.
They're our queens.
You know what I mean? We want to teach our young men when they find queens, they need to big them up.
Big them up. Lift them up.
Lift them up.
Praise them.
Shout out. Shout out.
And
shout out to mine too.
They need to see that and they need to hear that and they need to feel that. Like it's one thing to say this is what I do, but when your woman, your wife, your partner feels that love and that praise and that appreciation, there ain't nothing they won't do for you. And there ain't nothing you won't do for them.
Yeah. Straight up.
No, but that shit is important, and it needs to be cool. You know,
Yeah.
that's what needs to be cool.
Yes, that's
You know,
why we are here.
Right now,
It's rough.
not. I wouldn't say it's not cool, but it's just different.
It's
You know,
different.
at a younger age, you know, maybe you guys had a different perspective on that.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
But now that we need to see that as that. That's what's kind of got to be in.
That's what's
You know
missing.
what I'm saying?
That's what's missing in the younger
It's what's
generation
missing,
right now.
But I feel like it's always been missing in the younger generation because you always think, especially, let me speak just for young men, young black men. We think that we have shit figured out.
Man,
At a young age, we think we know what it is, what's up, and this and that. But I'm 40 years old and I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I don't have the answers to everything. So I definitely didn't have them shits when I was 21 because I'm like still going through life's tribulations and learning. And the moment that you think you got shit figured out is where you fuck up.
man.
And you know,
Say that again.
That's I'm glad you say that because I was having a conversation recently, and we were talking about how we always think it's gonna get done our way, and it's gonna happen our way, and it doesn't happen like that.
No.
That's unfortunate.
Well, that's life.
That's life.
That's life. There's no way you're gonna think, you know. I didn't mean to cut you off, Jay.
No.
There's no way you think, oh, you know, hey, we hope it's gonna go, and we can say, oh, it's gonna be smooth sailing. But even if it's not, you know, I mean, you can't expect that. You can't expect it to be smooth sailing because if it is, it's too easy.
Yeah.
Nobody wants nothing that's easy. Even Pac said it. I don't even wonder if it's that easy. You know what I mean? Didn't Pac say that too?
It's better to go. You think you got things figured out, or this is how I want it to be. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna plan it like this, or plan it like that. And then the first step fucks up. Now all 4 steps that you have planned behind it are all shot to shit.
Yeah.
So that's why you go with the flow. You gotta go with the flow of life. What God has got planned for you and where you're going, you have to feel it and go with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And every boat has a sail, and that motherfucker go with the wind. You know what I mean? You don't see that motherfucker doing the opposite of where the wind is taking it. Or you gotta be smart about it and feel and be aware of what's happening. Like, oh, this is where I'm being guided. This is where the path of least resistance is in this direction. Because sometimes we be just knuckleheads trying to run through a fucking wall.
Man.
Like, you can't run through it. you can't do it.
Yeah.
You cannot do it.
It's a door right here.
For real.
It's a door right here, say entrance. And you still think you got it figured out, like, nah, I play football, I'm just run through this shit. Like, it don't work like that. Like, you have to be smart enough and aware enough to be like, to scope shit out. Be the point guard. You know what I mean? Be the point guard of your life.
Real shit though. That's how we got to look at it. We got to be the point guards of our life, and really like the coaches.
Yeah.
You know, because we gotta. It's times like in a game where you gotta adapt. You gotta adjust. You know, in the Super Bowl.
But even the coach will have a plan.
Yeah.
Go do this.
And nothing's
but the
wrong
point
with
guard,
the plan,
but
though.
the point guard may have to be like, oh shit, it's not there. Here we go.
Yeah.
Let me go.
Change
with
the plan.
Yeah.
I mean,
You gotta
back it up and call the play. Hey, slow it down.
Nebraska, Omaha.
Yeah. But
For real.
the audible, you gotta really be able to use the audible on Madden.
Man,
Because
you
if you're
got
not
to.
able to use the audible on Madden, you're just fucked with that play you initially start with.
Man.
Don't be the
You know what
knucklehead.
I'm
It's like,
saying?
you know what? They got this play figured out. I'm still gonna run it.
Because you don't even know how to use audible. And then audible is okay, but then you start changing the route, and then I start double the block. I'm just really good at Madden. So
Go with the
Oh,
flow.
okay.
You go with the flow.
Mr. Really good at Madden.
yeah,
This
go
one
with
been
the
playing.
flow. 2022, we going with the flow, but I really like that though
Go with the
because
flow.
That's
it's
what's
true.
up.
You know, it's true.
That's
You really
what's
gotta
up.
go with the flow instead of just thinking, I'm gonna go through the wall.
Go against the grain. And even sometimes the trials and tribulations are lessons. Like I try to tell, me and Caleb, ever since our first episode and in our podcast, we say, hey, we take no losses, we only learn lessons. Every loss,
I love
or
that.
you think
I
it's
love
a
that.
loss, not a loss. You're going to learn from it and not do it again. You know what I mean? So we're constantly learning lessons. And sometimes those trials, you know, you want it to go this way, and the Lord say, hey, nah, you got to go this way. And those trials and tribulations are lessons in the long run.
Yeah.
You feel me?
For sure.
And make you stronger.
Yeah, they do. They do.
really do make you stronger.
So I got one more. I got a question. Not one more. I got a couple more, but I got a question right now. And get back to our fatherhood. You probably don't know nothing about this because this nigga, you know, he enjoys his nice sleeps. Okay.
Yeah.
As a father, and we can all. You might want to put that on a tripod because you can answer this too. I want to know, when was the last time you were able to sleep in your bed without a kid in the middle?
Oh, hell nah.
Hey, look, this shit is not even funny. I woke up this morning and took a picture of my situation, and I didn't know that you was asking this question, right? I didn't know you were going to ask this question.
I know. There's just a question.
I woke up and took a picture and said, ain't this some bullshit? Look at his leg over my chest. That's Xander's foot over me.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to choice?
That's my son's leg. I was just like,
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I'm so bad as a father. I was like, well, at least it's warm.
Yeah.
I was like, at least it's warm. You know what I mean? Like, but
Man.
I tell people, because when you have a kid, I try to give real ass shit. So what I tell people is like, men, when they about to have a kid, I say, your sleep ain't never gonna be the same.
Never.
Never gonna be the
Never.
same.
I'm just getting my back right. My back just started feeling better.
And it's with your kids sleeping in the bed, and you think, oh, I'm gonna put them in the bed. They get sick. They gotta come in the bed. They got things happen. But also, as a father, you don't ever sleep good no more because you always on guard.
On alert.
And so it's always something waking you up, some sound, something. You literally go into guard mode, like protective mode. Any noise, so your sleep is never the same. It's never the same.
Yeah.
Ever.
We waiting on that. I need a couple more years.
Yeah, keep waiting, niggas.
Yeah.
Keep waiting.
You almost got to make an appointment for the pee. Once you get married, you got to make an appointment. It's up to the kids now.
Not almost. You have to. You ain't no almost. You got 3 kids in your household.
Oh man, I got 4. I mean, I can't consider Kim a kid, but I got 4 kids at home. 3, 2.
Yeah, but you still, even if my son's 15, I still like don't want him to have to hear nothing or walk in on something like. Yeah. I don't want you to see. I don't want you to catch daddy doing this thing. You know what I mean? And you scarred for life.
I got. Oh man, I got some stories, and I swear I can't even share them because my wife would probably. She would not. Cause yeah. And moving right along.
Yeah. So the answer to the question was. No, I can't remember.
You can't remember, all right? Hey, me neither. It's like, yeah. You try to get a little sleep. When you try to get a little bit of sleep. When you try to get a little sleep. But you know, and it's time to go to work.
Oh shit! Okay, time.
Yeah, and as men, we get up and go. Get up and go. And that's and I feel sorry for these young men that have kids at home and they spend so much other time trying to chase these other ones and not take care of the business at home. Do you realize, like, man, we barely getting sleep after this. You trying to get
less sleep? Like you trying to do more?
You going? That's part of going against the grain.
Like, oh, you going against the flow?
Yeah.
You saw the flow and said, "I will go this way."
Yeah, that's.
I would swim upriver.
Swim upriver. Hey, that reminds me. Back in the day when you used to do your rap thing, right?
Oh yeah.
And you said something in your raps about swimming upriver like salmon.
Yeah.
Hey, let me tell you something. And you know how some rap shit that can teach you something, nigga? I swear, this was probably how many 20 years ago when you said that?
Like salmon.
25 years,
yeah,
right?
25
Nigga,
years.
do you know you taught me that salmon swim up shore? I believe you, I did.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Well, goddamn, they do. Yeah, they do swim ashore. But I learned that from your raps back in the day.
Yeah, that's 9% of niggas ain't with us. Yeah. I remember that shit.
Yeah.
I used to have a cool little flow back in the day.
Yeah. I didn't even know you rap.
Yeah, I used to.
We learned a lot about Jay today.
What's up?
I used to try.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Then he was over there teaching niggas shit.
Yeah. So salmon flows like what?
Salmon swims upstream before the river going downstream. Salmon swims up it. Then that how they lay their eggs. They lay their eggs, yeah.
And then they go die.
Yeah.
because it's so extreme. They waste all their life, all their energy
pushing against the grain
to go give birth. And then
recreate,
and they die, and they give birth to like 100
fucking more salmons.
And then boom, they go upstream, and then boom. That's just the process.
And then we just eat the salmon. That shit is so good.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Good stuff. That's what's up. So yeah, I have one more question. Because we both have boys and girls. The difference, because my daughters always say, oh, it's different. You're different with the boys and the girls. And I want to say, you goddamn right.
Damn right.
And I want to know, and it's not that I love you any more or less.
Yeah.
But it is different.
Yeah.
It's different. And I want our daughters to know that it's not, and man, we probably, it's like, I want to say this, like, when your son, you got your boys, they may get a girlfriend young.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. They get a girlfriend young. And may get their heart broke.
Yeah.
Young.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay.
You learn it. But I'm not with you breaking my daughter's heart.
No.
None of that.
Because the most useless thing is that first heartbreak.
Man.
That pain and that little stupid, baby, you're going to be right in 6 months. I wish she didn't have to go through that.
Yes.
But everybody gets their heart broke.
Everybody does.
If I could save her from something, I would save her from getting her heart broke.
Yes.
But it's not going to happen.
It's not.
It's like she's going to go through her stuff. She's going to do. But
I'm going to deal with it with you.
But we have to, the real thing is, I'm raising my sons to be your protector.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when I'm gone, they're going to be here to do what I'm doing for you.
Straight up.
You're the prize. You know what I mean? Your mom and you're the prize of this family. We're here to make sure you make it to everything that you need to do in life.
Yes.
And so I have to raise them this way so that they can be the guardians of our family and our life and continue to watch over you when I'm not here. My daughter, I don't want you to have to worry about nothing. No BS. Yeah. I want to be able to provide whatever you need in your life for you. I'm going to make it real hard on any man that comes in your life.
Yes.
I want them to have to stand up to what I built, to where you see that man be like, you ain't nothing compared to my dad.
Yeah.
And then your brothers, you ain't, and then don't even so far to, you ain't shit compared to my brothers. And she won't even consider even bringing a nigga to our house that doesn't stand up to what her brothers are.
Straight up.
So, yeah, baby, we raise you different.
Yeah.
We raising you different.
Hey, I couldn't ask for a better answer, man. That's what's up.
It's what's up. And another point I wanted to bring up is that fatherhood, how you were saying fatherhood.
Yeah.
It's a difference between a father and a dad, right? They don't say dadhood.
Yeah.
They don't say that. They say fatherhood because a father actually is there and doing more than just what it took to bring a child into the world. And so, us as black men, fatherhood goes outside of our own children. It's a lot of our children that are out there are boys and girls that don't have a father. And so we walk out the house and we automatically are like, okay, let's do this. Like, you could give a kid a look, a little kid like,
yeah. Real talk. And I get that because I coach too, so I can. And like I got my name on Instagram is World Dad 30.
There you go.
It's that's what this podcast is all about. You know what I mean?
It extends outside of your house, and our children, our babies need us to step up when their fathers aren't there or can't be there, might be locked up, maybe any kind of adverse situation that they're in. But we as men in our community have to be that for a lot of children that we see.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because when I see a little black boy, I'm never scared of that child.
Yes.
that's my child. Like, I have to protect you from what's out here.
Straight up.
You know what I mean? And I think as us as black men, our fatherhood extends beyond just in our household. And we're fucking dope for that.
Yeah.
Because I see brothers out and I'll be like,
yes, thank you. Yeah.
like, there's a soccer coach that was coaching with his 2-year-old son on his shoulders while he's coaching his son playing. I give my brothers flowers all the time. Like, hey, you get dad of the day.
Yeah. Yes.
Because fatherhood is real. Like, it's something that we have to incorporate into all life. Everywhere we go, we're fathers. You know what I mean? Like, it's rough because it's a little bit of a sad situation, because when you're at the liquor store and we see a little black boy, we're paying attention to his safety. You know what I mean? Like, because we know how people are looking at him. So we just like, okay, he's good.
Yeah.
And we're always on guard for our babies. And it's not even our babies in our household. It's babies outside our household that we're on guard for.
Straight up. That's real talk, man. And that needs to spread.
Yeah, it does.
That needs to spread. Like, people enjoy listening to negativity, getting online, looking at the first negative thing that they see that they want to share.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
And I think that's what's dope about when you say witness my evolution and about watching you. That's what's dope, because it's always some positive shit that you share. I've never seen nothing negative that you've ever shared. You know what I mean? Not to say, because we're all human. We may go through some negative shit in life, but it's not to be shared.
Yeah, but so
that's what I was. Go ahead.
So that brings me to the point, like, where I'm like, so we share, like, people, because people hit me up all the time. And it's not, I'm not trying to, like, pat myself on the back or anything, but they're like, dude, a brother that I used to work with was like, dude, you make me still believe in love.
Straight up.
And that's like a huge compliment. You know what I mean? Like, oh shit. He was like, you still make me have faith in love, that love exists. And I was like, oh, I took it as a great compliment. Yeah. Like, fuck. I'm not sharing the trials and tribulations of marriage also. Yeah. Like, am I doing a disservice by not sharing? Like, no. Hey, there are things that don't go perfectly.
Absolutely.
But when things aren't going perfectly, I don't feel like, so I don't want to put...
Yes, like, because that's not going to fix it.
That's not going to fix it.
The only thing that's going to fix it is you there that it's not going perfectly with.
Exactly.
By sharing it with everybody else, that definitely throws shit off. If you can correct it amongst that, the love is strong. And we had a conversation about that earlier.
Yeah, like that's a sign of toxicity.
Toxicity.
Toxicity. Yeah. That's like some toxic shit that you would do when you were younger. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think you're doing a disservice.
Absolutely
I'm not
not.
married.
Okay.
I don't know. You feel me? But again,
because that's literally something I was thinking about. I was like, oh, you know what? Like, I'm putting, like, because everything I put on is real. Like, it ain't making nothing up. I got a great fucking life. Like, I love, but it's just we argue over dishes.
Man, that's real life.
Real life.
But we don't need to share that, right?
We don't need to share that.
That's life.
But I don't know if, I think we should, I guess we shouldn't share that.
No.
Like that. But I don't want people to think that, like, oh, this shit's perfect. Like, they don't argue. No, we argue over all kinds of shit. Yeah. Little silly shit.
And it don't matter what nobody else thinks, because your household is taking care of your household. Right? And I can appreciate that, how you handle that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Straight up. That's what we're here for.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There's going to be other people that's going to hear what we sharing that may know it's okay.
Yeah. Because
some people are on the line sharing that negative shit in their relationship, and then the next picture is him and that girl smiling. Like, what the fuck? Like, wait a minute. You talking about toxicity?
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's some toxic shit though.
It is.
That's a toxic trait.
But
we talk about red flags. We talk about green flags.
That's a red flag.
That's a red flag.
Yeah.
That's a red flag.
And then it's how do we react when we see the red flag? Do you go with the flow or do you hop off the boat?
Well, at this age,
you gotta hop off the boat.
So the thing
but
is,
you said be smart about it. So
no. Not like these. Like, the exit is always there, right? But is this a learning situation? Is this something you can teach to or learn from and adjust? Because there are adjustments that can be made because communication is key. Where you can be like, "Hey, that what you did right there is a red flag to me. Like that's an exit for me. If you can't address that and adjust that shit,
Straight
I'm out."
Yeah.
Like, cause what do they say? That's a no go or that like.
That's a I don't even know. What
That's a red flag.
That's a red flag.
Yeah,
That's
pretty much.
yeah.
And then I mean,
But I like how you said it's a double A.
You can address it.
Adjust it.
because if you ignore it, they gonna think it's okay.
They're gonna think it's
They're
okay.
gonna think it's okay, and I'm gonna do it again, and then
you
you didn't say
ignore it,
nothing
then
last.
explore.
You didn't say nothing last time.
Exactly.
You didn't say nothing last time.
Yeah, I mean.
Who you fucking? No, I'm joking.
No, but the thing is, if you hold them accountable like that, right?
Yeah.
To being on that communication level, guess what?
They gotta come back.
They gonna come back to you like, hey, that's a fucking red flag.
Yeah.
But if you care enough, you be like, oh, I'll address and adjust my red flag, or you be like, I don't give a fuck, I'm out.
That's a fact. That's
But
a
the
fact.
thing is,
That's a fact.
once it
That's
gets
a
to
fact.
that point, you gotta address those red flags early.
Yeah.
It's not gonna. You're not gonna get those red flags once you've already been established because you've already addressed all that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that was a jewel in the gym, though. You gotta be able to address it and adjust it. Or address it and adjust it.
Address and adjust.
You feel me? Because if you can't even address it and adjust it, then
Because
it's like fuck it.
what's the word? Because what do? We address and adjust at work. Or we address and adjust in life outside of our home. Like, we could be at work and a motherfucker, you get an evaluation, a motherfucker like, hey, you need to be better at this and that, or you need to work on this, or you're doing great here. And guess what you're going to do? Like, oh, shit, I'm going to work on that because I want to get that raise next year, or I want to do this and that.
Yeah.
But we don't take that home.
Yeah.
Like, we want to get an evaluation and get better in every other aspect than it is. I want to get better and greater at being a father. So I work at that shit. Like, it's like, I have to reflect. I call my wife and be like, hey, I think the way I handled that situation yesterday, I could have did this better. I go to work thinking about stuff like, oh, okay. Or even with my wife, like, like, I need to be better here. I need to adjust here, reflect, and I come back to her and communicate that shit. And I apologize. And I'm an apologetic father, apologetic husband, a reflective husband, because
Being a man, man. You can be, you know what I mean?
And
It's taking accountability.
Taking accountability because you build to be better at everything else in life. Why are you not working hard to be better at the greatest thing in life? A father.
Fatherhood.
Like, you gotta work, put your hours in. Like, you gotta put your work in to be fucking vicious. You wanna get better at it, put the work in and reflect and adjust, study and research shit too. Research what's great.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. I love that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's what we needed. We all needed that.
Yeah, and man, thank you again, man. Thank you for coming and kicking it with us today. Man, it's family. It's family, but
always.
I really appreciate that. We always start our podcast with Hitter of the Week, but I'm gonna end it with Hitter of the Week this week.
Go ahead.
My Hitter of the Week is Raw Expression, and you see me rocking out as a kid, Elijah. Out of Los Angeles, Linwood, California. Man, every piece is a 101.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Check me out.
Oh, shit.
Check him out. Raw Expression on Instagram. He's my Hitter of the Week, man. Yeah, and get your pieces. And you know what I mean? He got the whole sweatsuits and shirts and all that shit. So check him out. Fly shit only.
Your shit looks good in person.
Thank you, man. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? It's art. It's art. And he does paintings and everything. So shout out Elijah. And thank you, Jason.
Thank you for having me, man.
Man, it's love, brother. You know what I'm saying? Hey, can we tell? Before we go, I got a story.
Hey, wait. Before you go,
okay.
I know the camera just caught this. He's gonna hand me my fucking cup back at the end of the episode. He stole it 20 minutes ago.
Hey, before we go.
Call him out, Caleb. Call him out.
Hey. I got a story, man. This was when we was kids. This was like, you wasn't even born. We was probably like, younger than you. We were like 11. Remember that time I had came to stay at your house?
Oh,
and
yeah, we was way younger than 11.
We were like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
And man, and we was doing something, and then we started having a pillow fight, right?
Oh,
and
shit.
it was me,
Yeah.
and it was me, and I'm sorry, hey, Roller Top Dollar, I love you. You probably didn't.
Roller Top Dollar, mama.
Shout out. You probably didn't know that it was me, that I swung the pillow, hitting Jason a star, and I ended up breaking the chandelier, and they took it for me. I mean, you done seen the look on these niggas' faces with that shit, bro. Lord Jesus, we thought it was over. We thought it was over. It was like Jason's face was like,
Oh, hell no.
Dude, I knew it was coming.
oh,
Like, I was like,
man.
whoa. And it wasn't even close to her being off, so I had a lot of time to think about when she's coming home.
Yes.
Like, oh. Yeah, that happened. Yeah. We ate that
Oh,
one. We ate
yeah,
that one.
we did.
Hey,
We
but
did.
Star is a writer,
Star
though.
is a writer.
She
Star-
didn't,
shout out
she
to
didn't give up
Star.
the beans.
Yeah.
Like, we took that. Yeah. They
They
taught us well as kids. We
They
wasn't
did.
snitching.
Nobody snitching. That was, we learned that early. And you know, Tekashi 6ix9ine out here.
Nah,
Yeah.
Fuck us.
Yeah, they ain't doing none of that. But man, again, I appreciate you coming out, Jason. Witness my evolution. Check him out. The underscores and all those in there.
Go ahead and tell him again. Go ahead and tell him again.
Witness _ my _ evolution. Come check me out. The Peacekeeper King Corsos is Peacekeeper _ King Corsos, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and we're gonna put your name right here. It'll be right there on the screen.
Okay.
All right, and we up out of here.
Nah. Fuck the diamonds.
Jewels
I just
and
need some
gems.
bands in my pocket. Used to sell weed, I had to stop it. Niggas hella grimy, so a nigga stay with that rocket. If a nigga try me, gotta pop him in the OGs behind me.
Caleb
Niggas
and
throw 'em in,
Joshua.
they'll drop 'em. I'm the hood favorite hot topic, young nigga tryna make it. Been through hella shit and it didn't break me. I'ma stand on all 10 till God take me out. And lost a couple soldiers. Bury hella niggas, I can't hold ya. Even lost my deuce to shock a hold ya. I remember when I told ya, mama, we gon' make it, don't worry. Next day you was gone by 2:30. At first I was mad, like mama, how could you leave me? Made me wanna call you and tell you you gotta see me. Told me never trip on a hater, they wanna beat me. Always told me, Tone, you gon' be a star, wish you could see me.